the subscribe button, man. Subscribe to this channel. And also, please go to isubk.com and pay your tithe. Drop me some cash so we can move around this planet like we need to, man, and do the things we need to do.
Everyone west. Everyone west. Everyone west. Everyone.
Hey, listen, brothers and sisters, man. If you like what you hear, hit the subscribe to the channel. And also, please go to isubk.com and pay your tithe.
Or blood or a drug addict in the street. They don't know anything about the Bible or God. They're cold. Then it's us. In the UPK, we are what? Hot. That's us.
Straight out of One West, I'm too hot. My grandma keep on telling me I need to cool out. Quick to pull the scriptures out, pull the tool out. It's the home of the truth, my nigga, and you not hot, hot, hot. We hot, 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 hot. We hot, 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 hot. We hot, 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 hot. How many fake groups must get dissed before they really figure out who the Lord is with? I'm about to burn Babylon with these bars of spit. Niggas swearing they won't beef, well let's start some shit. I roll with warriors with swords and sticks, so keep stepping. Without a mind shit, this brotherhood is a weapon. This nation we protecting, heading for Armageddon. Told them niggas no sweat, but these other niggas is sweating. If you can't take the heat, nigga get out the kitchen. Ain't nothing these niggas saying you can find in the scriptures. They stealing our breakdowns and trying to convert a gripper, trying to do the Lord's work, but he fell in love with a stripper. We can't afford to be playing around with the Lord. This one God, faith and baptism on one accord. If you ain't a hot nigga, you might as well hit the morgue. My niggas gon' stand firm while you niggas fall on your sword. Straight out of One West, I'm too hot. My grandma keep on telling me I need to cool out. Quick to pull the scriptures out, pull the tool out. It's the home of the truth, my nigga, and you not hot.
H-O-T-T, what that mean? Gotta spell it out. Home of the priest, got the truth, that's without a doubt. Niggas getting winded, need to breathe, cause they chasing clout. What the priest is banging out so heavy, gonna break it down. We in your town, boots is on the ground all year round. When the summer, spring, and fall, we prophesying to the clouds, so cry loud. I stay your ass at home, cause life is all about war. Don't make me go blasting chrome, and they go to each his own. Nah, to each his own. We taking over the world, bringing the prophets home. And I dare any of you fake niggas to stand in my way. You niggas is gay, you wearing purple panties, you great. Wearing your fringes on socks on the block, talking to cops, trying to make an arrest. Think you on West? We ain't calling you out, that's why no affiliation. We don't fuck with you out, because we and you know this, man. And if it ain't the UPK, then it's bogus, man. Your Honda had to remind us what the code is, man. And now we hot niggas, but we still the coldest, man. Because
if I ain't a hot boy, then what do you call that? And if I ain't a hot boy, then what do you call that?
We set a blaze to the street when we prophesy to the wind. You be amazed with deceit, false prophets feeding our king. We set a fire to them lies in hope they open their eyes. Most niggas wouldn't see the truth even if it's written on the blinds. They peeking out to see the real priest who changed their lives. Commander General, your hunter, done son us out here to teach. You niggas done drop your swords, now you thieves like preachers. Looking for another way round and ain't got no discipline. Tainted worse than the warriors in Southeast Michigan. We aware that you been listening, visiting online. You ain't my bone or my bone, cause you ain't got no spine. You weak in the mind, your vision is so filled with your pride. And you can keep it cause ain't no cowards gonna hold our line. You out here led by individuals, practicing wicked rituals. And you ain't a hot boy cause you falling what these bitches do.
Straight out of One West, I'm too hot. My grandma keep on telling me I need to cool out. Quick to pull the scriptures out, pull the tool out. It's the home of the truth, my nigga, and you not hot, 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 hot. If I ain't a hot boy, then what do you call that? Hot, 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 hot. And if I ain't a hot boy, then what do you call that?
And they turned us into the enemy. Feel me? They turned us into the bad guy. Feel me? They said the Native Indians were savages. The Taino Indians were savages. The South Americans were savages. The Mexicans, the indigenous people of Mexico was savages when they was a peaceful, loving people.
We don't know where the hell we come from. We don't know anything about our culture. We know what we've been given. We try to emulate the oppressors. We don't even know that name Israel.
Cry out, spare not. We on top, we them niggas taking over blocks. That's right. Cry out, spare not. Stop selling rocks so we can raise up the Lord's house. Cry out, spare not. Fuck a cop, spread the truth even when I'm locked. Cry out, spare not. We got the clout, warfare, what it's all about. Cry out, spare not, fuck a cop. War scarf, black garment when I'm stepping out. Catch a body, bury him, fuck with the ock. It's UPK forever, know I'm talking about. I done fell in love with the Dower Dies. One West motherfucker, bitch, we outside. Take ground, wall ready, capped in the car. I keep 144 every time I slide. I'll stomp a heathen like a Tucky ape. Jungle motherfucker, hang with the mate. I'm not a Christian, homie. See, I keep the Drake. Brick after brick, and I ain't talking weight. Cry out, spare not. We on top, we them niggas taking over blocks. That's right. Cry out, spare not. Stop selling rocks so we can raise up the Lord's house. Cry out, spare not. Fuck a cop, spread the truth even when I'm locked. Cry out, spare not. We got the clout, warfare, what it's all about. It's the home of the motherfucking truth. Undefeated, who is you? Lay it down, we can't lose when I'm chilling with the woo. War like a pebble, I'ma die like a troop. 10 toe down when I'm mobbing in my boots. No cowards, no excuses, ain't no motherfucking movie. In love with the world, got you niggas living stupid. Bitch, not a rapper, fuck a Black Lives Matter or a LGBTQ. Y'all some motherfucking faggots. UPK forever. The white man is the devil. Young Hebrews on a whole nother level. UPK forever. The white man is the devil. Young Hebrews on a whole nother level. Bitch. Cry out, spare not. We on top, we them niggas taking over blocks. Cry out, spare not. Stop selling rocks so we can raise up the Lord's house. Cry out, spare not. Fuck a cop, spread the truth even when I'm locked. Cry out, spare not. We got the clout, warfare, what it's all about.
They were attacked by a vile mob of heathens and sinful men who sought to take their lives and stop them from raising up the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel.
Hey, Shalom, how about Shimmy? I was shot by a thumb. How was Shimon? Thumb about Shimmy? I was shot. Precinct officer, I'm a Wanga bar. Precinct officer, Yapium. This is our podcast, Crowd Spend Night. What we do, we take driver videos going around on the internet, everything to people, giving a biblical narrative, biblical solution to what's going on out here.
Yeah, that's right. You know, some of the videos we do, we know are scripted, but other ones are actually real life. And the reason why we even entertain the scripted ones is because it has something to do with Black and Hispanic everyday life. So again, like the brother said, we like to give our people that biblical solution so we can get out this hell that we living in. You understand? And if I could real quick, you know, we got the Cry Out Spare Not t-shirts. Again, any size, any color, you can hit myself. I'm a Wanga Bar up. If we can get you a t-shirt, any size, any color, we get it shipped to you. Also, we got the we got the UPK Wear Kentucky. You know what I'm saying? All the latest and hottest UPK approved apparel. We can get it shipped to you, any size, any color. You understand? The brother also wrote a book out here, the hidden contributions of Native Americans in America. You know what I'm saying? Slakia, if I butcher the title because I don't have the book with me. You know what I'm saying? But you can hit Howard Mar up and get you a copy of that book. That's a good book. Also, we have the Yakata's Creations. You know what I'm saying? All the latest and hottest UPK approved apparel for the sisters. Sister out here doing big things for the sisters. You can hit her up at Yakata's Creations on Facebook.
Damn right. With that being said, we'll go ahead and jump into the first video.
Because of the scarcity.
You grow up as a white girl.
Yes.
And you get attention from black guys.
Yes.
In my experience and all the other white girls that I know, we don't think that getting attention from black guys gives you a status of some sort. If you get attention from the white guys, you do have the status more than if you get attention from black guys.
As a man, I'm going to have to respectfully disagree with that.
Well, as a woman who gets attention and who grew up in a white culture more than a black culture, I'm going to tell you that getting attention from black guys is not a badge of honor if you're white.
Okay.
And I'm white.
You are white.
Yes. If a white girl gets attention from a white guy, that's more valuable in white culture than if she gets attention from a black guy. If she gets attention from a black guy, that doesn't make you a better anything. Like, that doesn't raise you in anybody's eyes. As a matter of fact,
in some people's eyes, it does.
As a matter of fact, it's a little bit of she's basically not good enough for the white, so she's good for the black guys. That's how it's looked.
Because of the scarcity.
If you grow up as a white girl,
yes,
and you get attention from black guys,
yes,
in my experience and all the other.
Man, look, this funny as hell. Hey, but what she's saying is 100% true. And I never thought I'd say that about the devil, but what she's saying is 100% true, because black men never thought to even ask a white girl that. You could just ask any black celebrity, any black person that got a white girl, did you ever ask her, do she feel like she's accomplished something being with a black man? Does she feel like that she's on an equal playing field as a white woman with a white man and white children? You know, they don't have a mixed family. Niggas never even thought to ask they white woman that. They never thought, because they were so lustful. They were so greedy. They never thought to even ask the white bitch, like, hey, look, do you feel like you accomplished something being with me? Do you feel like you a step up in the game? Niggas never even think to ask no shit like that. They just assuming that she do feel that way because he got one. Because he got him a white girl. He felt like the nigga, she's honored to be with you. No, the fuck she's not. No, she's not. She's like the lesser of all the white women, if anything. It's like, you go ahead.
No, that's a fact, sir. And if I can add to that, you know what I'm saying? A lot of these white women, they only get with a nigga just because one of two reasons. To piss their father off because their father's the racist, or because they're curious about the package. That's it. They don't give a damn about no niggas.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because look, I'm gonna be real with you, sir. I know a lot of white women that hoard themselves out to niggas because they wanted to piss their daddy off and was curious about their male parts. But then when they decided they wanted to go have kids, who you think they went to have kids by?
White dude.
White men.
Come on, stop it. Only black men feel like having a white girl is if they accomplished something in this place.
Facts.
White women don't feel like they accomplished nothing.
Nothing.
They don't feel like they did nothing special. Look at Kim Kardashian. She ain't dealt with nothing but black men. That bitch is a whore. You feel me?
Facts.
That shit don't mean nothing white. See, but that's what I'm saying. Black men, we assuming without asking. That's the worst thing you could do, is assume anything. You know, and we assuming that because I got this white girl, you know, or I even got the bitch pregnant. I live with her. I got the keys to her car. That you feel like that she accomplished something. No, nigga, you feel like you accomplished nothing. She don't feel like nothing.
Thanks.
She's the lesser of the white women. That's just honest to God truth. White women don't look at black men the way black men look at white women. It's just not true. They look at you like a pet, and you look at them like they your owner. You know, they look at you like you a pet, and you look at them like you're the dog and they're the owner, and you just waiting for them to give you a treat.
Facts. Hey, and like I said, remember the video we did? What was it, last week or the week before, where the white mama was calling her nigga son a nigga?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because she don't give a fuck about that nigga boy or the nigga daddy she laid down with.
Not at all.
She don't give a fuck about neither one of them.
Nope. And then he trying to explain to her that she's wrong.
The white girls that I know, we don't think that getting attention from black guys gives you a status of some sort. If you get attention from the white guys, you do have the status more than if you get attention from black guys.
As a man, I'm going to have to respectfully disagree with that.
Right, and I hate that respectfully shit. Ain't no such thing as disagreeing respectfully. You feel me? You cannot disagree with her opinion. You can't argue someone's opinion. If her opinion is that white women do not feel like it's an honor to be with black men, you cannot then say, nah, that gotta be, I can't agree with that. Because all these white women, me and my homies have sex with. There's no way that y'all don't feel like it's an honor. No, that's the way you feel. You don't feel like that. You thinking because they having sex with y'all, that means that it's an honor. No, they will have sex with animals. You feel me?
Fact.
They will have sex with animals. It's a term that they invented. It's called bestiality because they be having sex. But they have sex with animals. So if you can't look at her because she having sex with y'all means that nigga that it's an honor. These same women let y'all niggas run a train on her. You feel me? This same woman will let you and all your friends run a train. Is it still an honor? Like goddamn.
Hey, slack it, sir, if I could real quick, because it's heavy you said that. Because this same woman will let you and your homies run a train on her, and if her daddy find out, she will call rape on you.
Mm-hmm. That's a fact. Real talk.
She'll say you raped her.
Then what you gonna do? Is it still an honor?
It's still an honor?
Culture than if she gets attention from a black guy. If she gets attention from a black guy, that doesn't make you a better anything. Like that doesn't raise you in anybody's eyes. As a matter of fact,
in some people's eyes, it does.
As a matter of fact, it's a little bit of a.
See, that's what we don't understand. This is a power dynamic. You feel me? We lusting for white women because of the power that comes with that. They don't look at you like you have power. They don't look at you like being with you would raise their status. That's why there's always the basketball players and the rappers and the stuff that end up with these white girls. You feel me? The normal black guys, the only way they end up with a white girl is if they grew up around them. It's that simple. You feel me? You don't know too many. It's not too many black dudes with white women unless they grew up around them, unless they live in their environment. You feel me? It ain't too many black dudes in the ghetto just with a white girl at the crib. You see them going in and out with the white girl. No, it's the ones that's mixed in. You feel me? They even have the opportunity to even deal with one. And like she's saying, it does not up her status though. Her being with you don't mean she feel like that she up one. You feel me? She feel like, nigga, she's really losing. And everybody that she know in her circle feel the same way. And you can't make her change her mind. You know, just because you fulfilling your lust. You fulfilling your lust, you feel like, nah, I could change your mind. I'm the prize. That ain't what they say. You know, and it's an average white girl too. You know, this ain't one of the rich celebrities. You know, because they lie because, of course, like I said, they want the money from the rich basketball players and stuff. It's just an average one who can't probably get a basketball player. You know, she can't get a rapper. She can't get with Future or Lil Baby. So she have to deal with regular black men. And she feel like, nigga, that is a step down. She said that's a step down. Man, that's funny as hell when you think about it. I ain't gonna lie to you. But if you can go to Ecclesiasticus 11:8. Ecclesiasticus 11:8 in the Apocrypha. Oh shit, I think we lost the brother.
In my experience and all the other white girls that I know, we don't think that getting attention from black guys gives you a status of some sort. If you get attention from the white guys, you do have the status.
That's funny as hell. think we lost the brother. I'm gonna read the scripture while the brother trying to get back in. So it say Ecclesiasticus 11:8. It say, answer not before thou hast heard the cause. And that's what I'm saying. That's the problem. We coming up with assumptions before we even really know. You feel me? Before we even really know how a motherfucker think, we just assuming. You know, before we even ask. That's why I say nobody never asks. You feel me? No black man never asks, hey, do you feel like you up one being with me? Do you feel like your status has went up for being with me? Nobody never even thought to ask that, because black men is so lustful. And the black women too that deal with white men. The black women that deal with white men, they never thought to ask, hey, do you feel like you're accomplished? You know, like you do you feel like your status is going up with being with a black person? Nobody never even think to ask because of lust, because they own greed. And they say neither interrupt men in the midst of their talk. And that's a fact. You don't never want to interrupt nobody when they talking. You feel me? Because when people talking, they're gonna give you all the answers that you need to know. You know, that's what you want to do. You want to let people talk. Because if you let people talk, they're gonna say everything that they didn't even want to. Because people love to talk. People love to talk, and you don't never want to interrupt them while they talk. Real talk. Never want to interrupt your enemies when they making a mistake. Real talk. But yeah, that's all I had on that. Good, you back? It's like you can hear me?
From black guys is not a badge of honor if you're white.
Okay.
And I'm white.
You are white.
Yes. If a white girl gets attention from a white guy, that's more valuable in white culture than if she gets attention from a black guy. If she gets attention from a black guy, that doesn't make you a better anything. Like, that doesn't raise you in anybody's eyes. As a matter of fact,
In some people's eyes, it does.
as a matter of fact, it's a little bit of a oh, you know, she's basically not good enough for the white, so she's good for the black guys. That's how it's looked.
Because it is scarcity.
If you grow up as a white girl,
Yes.
and you get attention from black guys,
Yes.
in my experience and all the other white girls that I know, we don't think that getting attention from black guys gives you a status of some sort. If you get attention from the white guys, you do have the status more than if you get attention from black guys.
As a man, I'm going to have to respectfully disagree with that.
Well, as a woman who gets attention and who grew up in a
with it. You drop this done deal. Bro, let them know it's a done deal. Why is it done deal? Let them know you dropping me. I drop you. No, say it. Who should I say drop in 1017? Shout out to real nigga ain't never did no police shit or none of that, bro. Tell them what's going on. Bro, we just did that. That's done. What you do? You drop. You said you want to be dropped. You drop. Scrub in. Paper. I signed the paper. It's done. Oh, what shit? You drop this done deal. Bro, let them know it's a done deal. Why is it done deal? Let them know you dropping me. I drop you. No, say it. Who should I say drop in 1017? Shout out to real nigga ain't never did no police shit or none of that, bro. Tell them what's going on. Bro, we just did that. That's done. What you do? You drop. You said you want to be dropped. You drop. Scrub in. Paper. I signed the paper. It's done. Oh, what shit? You drop this done deal. Bro, let them know it's a done deal.
Man, all I could think of is when he did that versus battle with Jeezy, and Jeezy asked him not to play that song, and he came out and saying, "Go dig your partner up, nigga." Bet he can't say shit. And if you're looking for the kid, I'll be in zone 6. You know, Gucci was known for being a bully. You know, his whole reputation was back behind him being a bully. That was his whole reputation. You know, he made a name for himself when Jeezy and them tried to rob him, and one of Jeezy partners ended up getting killed. Gave him all the street cred. You know, he was known for that. All the people around him kept saying he was known for being a bully, and I ain't got no sympathy for Gucci. You know, I ain't got no sympathy for him at all, because this is what happens, you know, when you live your life that way. You live your life that way, and then you be surprised who will come test you. You know, you will be surprised of who will come try you. And sometimes it be the people closest to you, you know. Like he thought he was gonna be, you know, ride off in the sunset, be a record executive and stuff, making people, you know, make money off they records. That's what he thought. He thought he was gonna make money off they records while he sit back and chill, you know, with his wife and his kids. And that's what I'm saying. Like, most niggas do all that dirt, and then they think they got to ride off into the sunset. And that's what Gucci thought. Gucci thought after all that dirt he did, that he was just supposed to ride off in the sunset, and everybody was supposed to forget all that stuff he did. And maybe they did, but I'm telling you, the Lord didn't forget. You know, the Lord didn't forget. And Gucci Mane was what we would say was like the original YN. Gucci Mane was the original YN. And now he done got punked. You know, his reputation is looking real shaky off the same type of little nigga that he was. The same little nigga, like, this is what Pooh Shiesty did is what Gucci rapped about doing. You feel me? See, when his homie, as soon as he tried to walk off, his homie upped the Draco out the book bag. He upped the Draco out the book bag. You know? Everybody, that's why I say everybody be gangster until you run into some real gangsters. You know, he wanted to sign all the savages, and he never thought that these little niggas would be the ones, you know, that expose him for, you know, for who he is, which is just a regular nigga. You know, you grew up listening to these rappers and you think these motherfuckers are superstars and super gangster, and then you realize they just regular niggas. People all in the comments like, nah, what would you do? The same shit Gucci did. The fuck you talking about? But he made it seem like he wouldn't do this if he was in this situation. That's the problem. It ain't that, okay, them niggas had Dracos and guns, so what would you do in that situation? That's a fact. In that situation, you under that type of distress, yeah, all right, you off the label. Woo, I'm trying to make it out this bitch alive. We'll handle this shit later. But Gucci rapped and talked about, like, if he was in this situation, he would have died. You know, before he gave in to what some other niggas wanted him to do, he basically made it seem like he would have died. And now he was put in that situation, and he realized it really wasn't worth it. You know, because now he ain't in the streets no more. Now he married with kids. He got a business. He don't want to lose that shit. But for years, he done things and rapped about shit like if he was ever in this situation, you know, it is what it is. And like I said, he met his match. That's what happened. He met his match. And he didn't think it would have come from somebody that close to him. And that's usually when it happened. Usually when you meet your match, it come from somebody that was close to you and he didn't think it was coming. You know, maybe he thought them little niggas was playing, you know, rapping. Everybody ain't playing. That's all I'm saying. You got some niggas like Soulja Boy and Bow Wow and shit. Yeah, they be playing. But then you got some of these new rappers. I'm just keeping it real. Some of these new rappers, these little niggas ain't playing. You know, they for real. Like, real talk. It ain't nothing to be proud of. All they ask is everybody lost in this situation. But you gotta understand that when you do dirt for so long and then you don't repent from that shit, what else you thought was gonna happen? I don't know what else you thought was going to happen in this situation. Real talk. Are you good? All right, yeah, I'm gonna read the scripture, brother. Some technical difficulties. So yeah, this is Proverbs 16:4. The Lord hath made all things for himself, yea, even the wicked for the day of evil. See, that's what you gotta understand. Gucci Mane has been wicked and evil his whole career. Since he hit the scene, all he talked about was robbing niggas, snaking niggas, doing niggas dirty, backstabbing niggas. That's all Gucci was rapped about. That's all he cared about. You know, and the Lord preserved men like that for destruction. You hear me? He was preserved for the day of evil. Gucci Mane been wicked his whole career. And he was preserved for this day, for this to happen. You hear me? This is what people don't understand. This is of the Lord. A lot of people would think this is Satan. Satan doing this and Satan at work. Nah, his wife better not say no, this is Satan. Satan is not gonna do this and he not gonna nah, hell no. This ain't got nothing to do with Satan, nigga. This the Lord. The Lord set this up. And the Lord gonna set this up for any and everybody that's wicked. You're gonna think you're gonna escape, and then you're gonna find yourself in Gucci Mane's shoes. Because even the wicked for the day of evil. That's what the Lord would do for anybody. You wicked, you don't want to stop. You bragging about it, you proud about it. The Lord gonna expose you. And now we done found out that in this situation that he said he would have been in, what he would have done and this and that, and it ain't go that way. You know, he bragged about all the ways it would have went if he was in this situation, and then it happened, and we see that he's just a regular nigga. That's what we say. That's what we see. And I'm gonna just reiterate what I just said earlier. I'm not saying Gucci was wrong. I'm not saying he was wrong under this distress in these situations. But he said if he was in this situation that he would have did something different. And we see that he's just a regular nigga. Real talk. See, I'm gonna drop that. We'll go to the next video.
Price is condemned. It's done deal. Bro, let them know it's a done deal. Price is condemned. Let them know you dropping me. I drop you. No, say it. Who should I should drop from 1017? Shout out to real nigga ain't never did no police shit or none of that, bro. Tell them what's going on. Bro, we just did that. That's done. What you do? You drop. You said you want to be dropped. You drop. Sign the paper. I signed the paper. It's done.
People to know. First, I want people to know that I'm still me. ALS has changed what my body can do, but it hasn't changed who I am.
In 2025, at the age of 39, Johnson was diagnosed with ALS, the disease progressing so rapidly that he now uses his eyes to trigger a speech-generating device to speak.
Why do you want to share this now? Because if sharing my story helps even one person get diagnosed sooner, inspires more research, or gives another family hope, then it's worth it.
Johnson says he was in the prime of his life, working out daily and running errands with his 4 children until ALS changed everything.
Let's go back to last year. When did you notice that something was off? I first noticed weakness in my right hand. At first, it was little things like my grip didn't feel right, and I wasn't as strong as I've always been. For people to know. First, I want people to know that I'm still me. ALS has changed what my body can do.
No, hell no, man. Hell no. Man, look, this right here. This right here is one of the fastest running backs ever. You feel me? He's one of very few men that got 2,000 yards in one season. And now the man got to talk through a damn fucking blinking machine. The man they called ALS. You feel me? And people like wondering, well, why is he talking about it? You know, like what's the deal? What's the point? I'm pretty sure plenty of people get diagnosed with ALS. The reason why this is a big deal is because he was in the NFL. And it was a big scandal that came out with his doctor. He found out that these football players is getting concussions. And these concussions is changing them to where in their later years, they're committing suicide. And they're getting all type of diseases. And now this football player has been diagnosed with ALS. And this is going to scare people from wanting to play in the NFL. This is going to make athletes decide when they're younger if they want to play football or they want to play soccer. You know, if they want to run track or if they want to play football. This is going to change the dynamic of the NFL. The NFL is $1 billion business. And stuff like this can cripple that economy. The NFL provides thousands and thousands of jobs for people every year. And if the black football players decide to put their health over playing football, it can cost America billions of dollars. Real talk. It can cost America some billions. And that's the reason why they got him on here sluggy. And that's the reason why they got him on here explaining this up. That's the reason why they got him on here talking about it. They got him on here talking about this diagnosis that he got is because they know that this is an ongoing problem. That these concussions is changing these men to where they not the same. So like, okay, I'm gonna read something. So for ALS, one of the main causes for ALS is head trauma. Head trauma is one of the main causes for ALS. It's a repetitive traumatic brain injuries and concussions, such as those from contact sports like professional football, have been linked to an increased rate of ALS. That's the reason why he's explaining his story. He's explaining his story because a lot of football players can end up just like him. You hear me? A lot of football players can end just like him. And if so, this is gonna make a lot of people want to quit. You know, this gonna make a lot of football players, you know, want to retire early. That's what's gonna happen. Real talk. And they know that. That's why they interview him, because this got to do with football. That's why they interview him. This got to do with football. I ain't gonna lie to you. It's the brother right here. Like I said, this is one of the fastest running backs ever. You know, he went and made all that money for these white people, and now he can't even fucking speak. He made all that money for these white people, and he can't even talk now. Because he done had so much head trauma since he was a fucking kid trying to get out of the ghetto. Trying to get out of the fucking ghetto to make some damn money to take care of his damn family. And he ended up with ALS at the end of it. And the NFL ain't gonna do nothing about it to help him or his kids or none of that. He gotta suffer this on his own. And that's why I say it wasn't meant for us to play football. Football is a sport that I enjoy dearly. That's why I feel like I'm so invested in it. Because I loved it playing football as a kid growing up. But as I got older, I realized that football was just not meant for humans to play. Soccer, basketball, you know, tennis, all that stuff is cool. But when you come down to contact, head knocking, we weren't meant for this. Our brains don't have no cushion when it bounces up against the skull. And that's what causes a concussion. You know, every animal that does any type of physical stuff, it has some type of cushion or some type of protection around its skull. We the only mammals that don't have no protection. Like, real talk. And this is gonna cause the NFL to lose a lot of money. A lot of money is gonna be lost because of this interview he just did. When he said he was raising awareness for ALS, he was telling black people to stop playing football. I don't know if people know it or not. Black people, we real metaphoric, and you know, we talking parables and stuff. When he said he wanted to raise awareness for ALS, he's telling black people that you need to find something else to do to make some money. Or you're gonna end up like me. And I wouldn't be surprised if somebody kill his ass after this. I wouldn't be surprised if something happened where he just ended up dead. Real talk. Yeah, but if I could, let's go to the scripture. Let's go to 1 Ezra 1 and 51. You go ahead whenever you got it.
Okay, this is 1 Ezra chapter 1, verse 51. But they had his messengers in derision.
Mm-hmm. Right. They had his messengers in derision. That's talking about the Lord's messengers. They don't want to hear us, man. They play around with what we be saying. When we go out there and speak, we get to talk, and they play around with what we be trying to say. You know, they make fun of us. Instead of listening to the message, they want to talk about what you got on your head, why you got on glasses, why you got on fringes. All that shit don't mean nothing. Listen to what the hell is coming out of our mouth. Because what's coming out of our mouth will save you. And then, nigga, you look up, you got on fringes. You got on a headpiece. You wearing sunglasses. Feel me? But instead, what the people choose to do is to mock us.
Okay. And look, when the Lord spake unto them, they made a sport of his prophets.
Right, that's a fact. They made a sport of the prophets of the Lord. You know, they just mocking us. They don't understand us. Like all this stuff is a game. You feel me? They ain't taking nothing we saying serious. Everything we saying is just all them crazy niggas. And now they're doing it again with CJ Johnson. CJ Johnson came on fucking Good Morning America to tell his story. He's blinking when he's talking. Man, look, he's not moving his lips, man.
In 2025, at the age of 30.
Because if sharing my story helps even one person get diagnosed sooner, inspires more research, or gives another family hope, then it's worth it.
He's not talking with his lips. He's talking with a blinking machine where he blinks to say what he want to say. This is bad, man. This is not how nobody's supposed to be. He ain't no damn 90, 100 years old. You feel me? He got a whole nother life to live, but now he can't. He got to do it through a machine. And they about to mock him. They gonna act like this ain't even no big deal. He tripping. When the whole time he caught this shit from playing football.
Right.
And they gonna make sport of him. That's what they gonna do. They make sport of his prophets. The prophets go out and teach, go out and tell the truth, and they mock us for it. You know, they mock us for it. Then you got regular brothers in the world like him trying to tell y'all the truth and y'all gonna mock them. You feel me? I ain't gonna even take them serious. And that's how we ended up in sports in the first place. That's how we ended up having to play sports, because nobody wanted to listen. And because nobody wanted to listen, we ended up with nothing. So we got to play sports to get out of the ghetto. You know, we got to get our heads rocked every year and thinking that when we get 40 years old, we're going to be all right. And now he talking through a blinking machine. That's insane. Yeah, that's all I had on that, though.
Sloppy.
Oh, yeah, we'll drop that. We'll go to the next video.
This didn't happen outside the BET Awards. This incident happened outside the BET Awards.
Man, look, this is what Trump started. Trump started this when he told them Proud Boys to stand by and stand fast. You know, and he came and got them out of prison. And now one of them is outside the BET Awards talking about some black, what it say? What the damn thing say? Black parents are failures. He outside the BET Awards, one of the people that ran into the Capitol building in January 6th. He's outside the BET Awards saying black parents are failures. When if black parents are failures, then what the hell you call a white parent?
Right.
I mean, I'm just trying to figure it out. Y'all going into countries and killing people that y'all have no business killing. Y'all leading in sexual assault crimes in America. You feel me? Y'all kill, y'all are the poster child for school shootings and church shootings. It was a white dude just went to a church with 500 rounds of ammo, with bulletproof vests, and they caught him before he was able to do anything. When it comes down to innocent people dying, white people are the leading suspect. So if black people, parents is failing black people because they at the BET Awards twerking or rapping and singing, then nigga, what the hell you call what white people doing? Like, goddamn, this is insane.
That's cool.
And of course, the black people that was outside, they can't afford to get in, they handled that. That's the funny part. They definitely handled that. That's funny as hell. But yeah, he went up there to try to, he's hating on black. That's why I say black, we can't have nothing. Black people, we can't even have a BET Awards. You want to sit here and wonder why you got to protest the Grammys and you got to protest the Emmys? Nigga, they don't even want you to have a BET Awards. They don't even want you to have your own awards uplifting your own people. They don't want that. You hear me? They don't go to Chinatown and do this. They don't go to Koreatown and do this. They don't go to Jewtown and do this. They come to the BET Awards where we ain't bothering nobody. We doing our own blackity black shit and y'all come mess with us. Y'all come tell us that we bad parents. You feel me? When the white father is non-existent. Jeffrey Metcalf's son is dead because the father did not raise his son properly. He was too busy sexually assaulting people. His son couldn't control his damn temper and end up getting killed at a track meet. That's what white people got to understand. White people have to learn how to be better parents. If white people was better parents, you wouldn't even went to the BET Awards with this sign saying black people are bad parents, because you was raised so right and you were so Christian that you wouldn't care about what nobody else is doing, because God loved everybody. God loved everybody until it's talking about black people. Feel me? When it comes down to forgiving white people, forgiving the Chinese, forgiving people for slavery, God loves everybody. That's what that means. When they say God loves everybody, they're telling you to forget your poverty, forget what happened to you, and just move on. Because God loves white people. That's what they mean when they say God loves everybody. From now on, black people, you got to put that in your head. When you hear God love everybody, replace everybody with white people, because that's what they're meaning. Hear me? That's what they're meaning. When they say God love everybody, they're talking about white people. So you can forgive and forget your trauma. Real talk. But if I could, let's go to 2 Maccabees 7:31 in Apocrypha.
Okay. This book of 2 Maccabees, chapter 7, verse 31. It says, "And now that has been the author of all mischief against the Hebrews."
Right, that's what I'm saying. White people try to always tell us what we doing wrong, what we ain't doing right. When you the author of all the mischief, you won't leave us alone. We had our own black cities, you came and burnt it down. We had all our black businesses, you burnt it down. You told us we need to integrate into your society so you could take all our money, and now you're getting all our resources, and we don't have any resources. It's always you. It's always the white man. He's always the author of all the mischief. When you see the Bloods in the Crip, you could thank the white man for that. You see the GDs and the Vice Lords, thank the white man for that. Because if you do your research, you will know that them gangs got started because the civil rights movement failed. When the civil rights movement failed, black people lost hope and they turned to crime. That's how we turned into criminals. That's how we started filling up the prisons. You feel me? That's how it happened. Because the civil rights movement was our last go. You feel me? That was the last card we had in the deck. And it flunked. You feel me? The civil rights leaders failed us, man. They lied to us for money. You feel me? The civil rights leaders lied to us and told us that if we integrate, this is the way to go. They told us that for money. And they failed us. And now you got people running around talking about black parents are failures, when black parents are failures because of white people. Because white people wouldn't leave us alone. They wouldn't leave us alone, man. We had our own businesses, everything we needed, hospitals, airports. We had all that. What happened to it? White people came and destroyed it. Just like he trying to come and destroy this BET Awards. He want to come and this ain't got nothing to do with him. This is all for black people. He wanted to come and destroy it. Oh man, stop it. Yeah, that's all I had on that. We'll drop that. We'll go to the last video.
This incident happened outside the BET Awards.
It's possible for me to be a great admirer of George Washington and also acknowledge he was a slaveholder. And that does not negate his greatness. It simply acknowledges that there's a profound, deep flaw in these founding fathers who were also geniuses and gave us these tools. And which is true of all of us, right? It's true of every president. It's that we're this mixed bag. It's possible for me to be a great admirer of George Washington and also
Right. He say he's a great admirer of George Washington. Right around the time of the July 4th, 1776, where they said all men were created equal. So you know why Obama don't have a problem with saying he admired George Washington? Because Obama wasn't a slave. Obama is an African, and his mother is white. Obama was never a slave. If anything, his ancestors was a part of the slave trade. Why the hell would he care about what George Washington did with his slaves? Why? It wouldn't even make any sense. Why would he care when his parents was a part of it? He got a white mama and an African father. They was the biggest part of the transatlantic slave trade, was the Africans and white people. So why the hell would he care? Why wouldn't he not admire George Washington? You feel me? And being a president himself. But y'all out there praising Obama, going to the Obama Center and all that. Y'all, this is insane. You feel me? This is insane that black people keep looking for a new Martin Luther King. And when Obama rose up, that's what black people looked at him like. You know, because he speak like a pastor. Because Obama learned that to get black people on his side, that he would have to learn how to speak like a pastor. Like Martin Luther King.
Acknowledge he was a slaveholder. And that does not negate his greatness. It's
right. So he say that George Washington owning slaves. See, when you think of owning slaves, you think of like just Amazon, you know, UPS. It wasn't like that. They were killing the slaves. They were raping the women. They were molesting the children, you dumbass. He didn't just own slaves and they just worked. They were abused and nobody could stop them. Nobody could say anything. So you can't just say, well, yeah, I mean, I can admire him even though he owned slaves. No, you cannot. It's called a conflict of interest. You know, something you should learn about in school.
Simply acknowledges that there's a profound, deep flaw in these.
This is how somebody talks when they cut themselves. When somebody is talking and they cut themselves, this is how they sound. Now, he went to Harvard. He's supposed to be well intelligent, elegant, and you know, he's a professional in public speaking. So why does he sound like somebody that just got on the microphone yesterday?
Yeah, you know, these founding fathers who were also geniuses and gave us these tools, and which is true of all of us, right? It's true of every president. It's that we're this mixed bag. It's possible for me.
Right, he said it's true of every president. It's true of every president. That's funny as hell. He just basically said that what George Washington being a slave master and being great is true of every president. We all is, you know, good with a little bit of bad. That's basically what he's saying. No wonder why Trump won. Because presidents, you got to be a little bad. You can't just be all good. You got to have a little bad too. You got to have a little bad side. You know, you got to have a little 34 felonies or something on the low. You know, you can't just be all good. You got to have some little badness in you. That's basically what he's saying. Real talk. And we know Obama was bad for sure. Obama was bad because he didn't do nothing for black people. He didn't do absolutely anything for black people. And now we know, of course, because he keep talking. He keep want to do interviews and he keep the more you talk, the more you expose yourself. And we keep finding out that he didn't care about no black people. He said he admired the first president of the United States, which was a slave master that owned slaves, and then try to backtrack it, but he couldn't backtrack it. He tried, but he couldn't. He tried to backtrack it, and that's when he started cutting himself. So he started fumbling over his words.
Right? It's true of a profound, deep flaw. Simply acknowledges that there's a profound, deep flaw in these founding fathers who were
cut. He cut himself. You can't be a ruler and a leader and have fucking slaves, man. It don't even make sense. You feel me? You a ruler, you a leader, and you had slaves, chattel slaves, not servants. You had chattel slavery. Come on, man, stop it. Like they was animals. Yeah, y'all all gonna have to pay for this. And we need our get back. We need our get back. We need us some chattel slavery. Since y'all was able to do it, we need it back. We need to build up our kingdom. We're gonna need some chattel slavery. Real talk. But if I could, we could drop that. Are you good? Can you go to Matthew 6:24?
Come. This book of Matthew chapter 6 and verse 24. No man can serve two masters, for either he will hate the one and love the other.
Right, and that's how Obama cut himself, because he tried to admire George Washington, but then he had to remember he had slaves, and he tried to make it seem as if he can do both, and that's how he ended up stumbling over his words. That's how he ended up stumbling over his words, because he realized you can't do both. Realistically, you can't. You can't serve two masters. You can't say George Washington was right, but I love black people because Michelle Obama is black. My wife is black. My in-laws is black. And that's what he was thinking about. That's what made him stumble over his words. He had to realize that all his in-laws are black. They descend from slaves, but he does not. But he does admire a slave master named George Washington, who was the first president.
Come, or else he will hold to the one and despise the other. You cannot
That's the thing, though, about serving two masters. You're going to either hold to one and despise the other. So he got to choose between George Washington and Michelle Obama, and he's conflicted. He's torn in between the two, his wife and a white man that he admired. Then you got to remember his mama and them white. So he just torn in between the two. That's why he started stumbling over his words.
You cannot serve God and mammon.
Right. You can't serve God and unrighteous wealth. You can't do it. And the unrighteous wealth was him becoming president, and God is serving black people. He can't do both. And what Obama did was that unrighteous wealth. That's why he never did nothing good for black people. Because he didn't serve black people. He didn't choose black people. He chose to marry a black woman to make himself look good. When initially he was with a white woman. He chose to be with a black woman because he knew it would have been good for his image. You feel me? Because he knew what he wanted, and he wanted to be in that same league as George Washington. He didn't give a damn about no damn black people. He was never going to do nothing for black people. Real talk.
Right.
That's all I had on that.
Okay.
So yeah, we can put up that. Shit, that's the end of tonight's podcast. You feel me? Tune in every Wednesday, 9 o'clock. Y'all about Shimmy, I was